Okay, good evening, everyone. Great to have you this evening on Udafan 2. 2. Great to have you guys here this evening. Welcome to What's on Your Mind with um, What's on Your Mind this Wednesday live. Um, it's quite an exciting topics that I have to deal with today. I was actually looking forward to them when I saw I was actually looking forward to them when I saw the topics, and I was quite excited. I have two questions that I need to deal with today, but they are life issues, and it always reminds me that we might be going through something. People make mistakes just because of little reasons. They make mistake because of just um, little knowledge gap about things. People get into marriages for the wrong reasons, and people get into marriages, stay in marriages for, stay in marriages they are not happy because of they did not understand some certain things in life. I would say they did not do their own research, or they didn't understand what marriage is. A lot of young people from 35 downwards are suffering in marriage, and they're suffering because they don't have, or not suffering, they are struggling because they do not have certain knowledge of how to handle marriage and handle their spouses. I get to talk to a lot of them, not just the ones that send in questions, but I tend to do um, a lot of those counselings, and I know that we need help. Everybody needs a helping hand. Everybody just needs a voice of encouragement at the time where they are down. And the thing is, what has helped us in this program is people don't know me personally, and I don't know them. The people that I have here, they just put their names: Jerry, Bola, this one, that one. I don't know them personally, and they are not even in my city. They are not all in my city. So I don't know them personally. So it's good because it helps me to tell you exactly what I feel without any form of how will I say, reservation. Because if you are counseling live, then you have to watch your words, and you have to watch the way you present some of the things that you do. But if you're not dealing with the person live, what it means is that you need to just tell them the way it is. I have interesting topics today. Don't don't be, how will I say, don't be withdrawn. Don't be shy in trying to send out what you're going through. Just one advice can help you. A lot of people have said certain people have said that they have they have peace within them right now because they are able to see things differently, and it's just a counseling of 10-15 minutes, and that sets them on the path to understand. It sets them on a path to understand how to cope with and deal with what they're going through. A lot of people are sending in testimonies and text messages and WhatsApp messages and thanking me for what I do, especially this counseling session. So you can be part of it, or if you know someone also that wants to be part of it. All we just ask is that maybe just share the information about when our designs and our programs come out. They every week, every Wednesday. This is my coaching session. Every Wednesday, I have this coaching session. You can come live with me, or send the link to someone, and let them ask their questions. People have received a lot of benefits from it, and you should also. Okay, so let me just, if you're here, I have two questions from, I have two questions today. One, I have Beatrice from Lagos, and I have Jerry from Victoria Island, Lagos also. So I have two questions from Lagos. I'm not in Lagos currently, I'm in Port Harcourt. So that's just what I'm saying. I'm seeing here Beatrice O. Beatrice O is, I don't know her. Like I said, I'm not in Lagos, and it makes the work more effective for me, easier for me, to reach them. So let's see what Beatrice says here this evening. It says, "Good morning, sir. On getting to know my fiancé a little bit more, I find that he has madness in his family. Usually, I don't believe that medical health issues are hereditary, but he has an uncle from his dad's side who is mentally challenged and also a sister of his. I won't lie, but I am worried. Should I be?" Well, um, the thing is you need to understand exactly what you're going through. You need to understand exactly what you're going through. They said to be forearmed, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. So when you have some certain information, it's easier for you to be able to handle this situation or the circumstances that you find yourself. So I'm sorry. I will answer it in two parts. Mainly, I will answer the social effect of what social effect of what this type of situation can bring. But from the medical effect, maybe you also need to talk to a doctor. But from what I know about um, medical health and medical illnesses and medical health issues, they are hereditary. So the thing is not all. See, if you, even if you do your own research, you realize that it's hereditary, but you can inherit susceptibility to it and not have the symptom. What it means is that you can have it in your bloodline because it's in the genes. You can have it in your genes. You can have it in your genetic root, but scientists have recognized that psychiatric disorders could run in families. So you can have it, you might not have it, but somebody in your family has it. You can be susceptible to it, but you might not show the symptoms. But somewhere along the line, assuming now you said his uncle has mental issues, it means that there are certain people within the house that can, in the family, that are susceptible to it, but might not exhibit it, will not. But usually it comes up. Maybe out of one cousin somewhere, one brother somewhere, you will see it. Because scientists they've recognized, research has suggested that mental illness do run in families. They do run in family, but not everybody is affected. How will I? It's just like this coronavirus that we're having. They said many people would have had it. Many people are susceptible to it. They call it asymptomatic, right? Yeah. So you can be asymptomatic, but it doesn't mean that you are not carrying the virus, but it's just not affecting you. So that is it. So you can have, not everybody is going to exhibit it. Not everybody is going to become mentally ill, but it is possible that they have it in their genes and something can trigger it off. What triggers it off is a combination of biological, psychological, environmental factors. There are many things that can cause it. Environmental, drugs, hard drugs. It can be death of someone. Some people have developmental illness or somebody jilting them, a heartbreak. There are many things we are wired differently and we have our own different strengths. Some people can begin to, because of what happened to them, go into alcohol, and that it can begin to have some negative effect on them. So mental illness can be a combination of many things, but it will trigger it off when you are prone to it, kind of. So, but I want to stop here because I'm not a doctor and I'm not a psychiatric doctor, but I just wanted to answer you that you said you don't believe that it is hereditary. It is hereditary. It's in your genes. It might never manifest, but it is there. And so there's a possibility that down the line, one of your offsprings can develop that issue. If he has an uncle that there's a sister, God forbid, you have 3-4 kids, it's possible down the line from 14 years, say usually from 14 years, they begin to show autism. Let me even give you an example of mental illness. Autism that we talk about, autism, now we're beginning to understand what autism is. There's also what is called ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. We also have bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. These are the things that some of the common ones you can say that yes, you can have it. You can be susceptible to it. It can be found in the bloodline or in your genes. So it's something to know. That's why I started by saying to be forewarned is to be forearmed. So now you love this person, you want this person, then you are aware that this challenge is there. Why I always encourage couples to talk. When people are dating, they are so much used to, they're just used to eating fried rice and chicken, going out to cinema and all those things. They're not asking questions about their life together, because now you're coming together, you have to ask questions to know who is this person. Thank God at least your fiancé has been able to let you know this type of thing, or it's obvious that you can say this one is open. How about the ones, this one is open, people can see? How about the ones that people cannot see and you're already in the marriage? So now is it a grounds for you to not go ahead and marry this person? Only you can answer that question. It depends on the love that you have. It depends on the relationship that you have. For me, as long as you know about it, and do you have what it takes to accommodate it? It's just like two people say they are AS, and they decide to get married. AS. You know what you're up against. So it's easier for you to say, okay, let's be AS. We can by faith now say we can change our genotype. We can by faith say God will give us 4 children or 3 children that are AS, not AA. But it's a choice that you have to make. Some people are aware of it. I know of 2 doctors that are AS. They went ahead, but unfortunately for them, out of 3 kids, 1 was SS. But it's something that they know from the one, so they were able to prepare themselves. And luckily for them and for the kids, they are doctors, so they are able to manage that situation to the best. They're able to manage that situation at least to the best of their ability as doctors. So they know. Knowledge is power. I always say that knowledge is power. When you know something, you are better prepared. So for you to say, should you be worried? Now you know. Now you make your decision. Just realize that it's hereditary and some can develop it. Anybody can develop it within that gene, that have that genes. So you are better prepared. You are better prepared in terms of prayer, better prepared and watch it. And some of these things can be managed. Some of these things can be managed. The things that trigger it, I don't know, perhaps you talk to a doctor, and a counselor should be able to counsel you more on that. I don't want to go into deep because it's not my area, but I just wanted to establish that it can be, scientists have proven, research suggests that mental illness do run in families. So you know that, so you can respond to that. But you see, my problem is not even that. My problem is the impact, the impact your family is going to have. Your family, because I don't know about you now, but I know that when I got married, during my time, it's common that when you want to get married, you tell your parents, when you tell your parents that, look, I'm going to marry this person, they send somebody to your fiance's village. I don't know if they still do it. Guys, do they still do it? Pastor Bob, did they do it for you? They do it. They do it. They did it for me. Do you understand? I didn't know then, but I later heard that one of my cousins, my elder cousins, it's not my cousin, it's my uncle, but he's younger, is closer to my age. He was sent to Calabar because my wife is Efik. He was sent there. I realized that I was laughing, but they did send. So why do they do that? And I think it's an African culture. Am I against it? I can't say I'm against it, because everybody is trying to protect their child. So I can't say I'm against it. So it's better that you know, because if this is already in the open, there's a sister and there's an uncle, it becomes even easier for your family members to know. So I feel that the first hurdle is, what are your family members going to say? How will they take it? You love this guy, and you want to stay with him, but what is the impact on the family? They're going to ask you, and you should be able to defend it and say, Dad, Mom, brothers and sisters, I know this is it. I've done my research. I have asked this and this. These are the possibilities. I know that these things are there, but I'm willing to go ahead. Because sometimes your family, you see, when I did marriage counseling, the guy drew a triangle. He said that triangle represents three major significant areas in the life of a person. And if any one of them is not agreeable, then that marriage should be halted until they carry those people that point along. The first one is your church. It says the first is your church. The second is your church, your parents, and what's the third one? I think it's you and the couple, your church, and your family, which involves your own family and and her family. So now your family, you see, we are Africans. We don't marry and just disappear. Families marry. Even abroad, families integrate. Even with white people, they do. Families come together. They might not agree. They might not, but you are marrying to a family. You're coming to a family, and somebody is receiving you, and you are entering a family. So there has to be some form of telling your own family, because your family, if there's any form of stigma, it's not going to affect you alone. It's going to affect your family, your parents, your brothers, your sisters, and it's going to affect your children. So I'm trying to bring out all the things that you need to consider, because there are social consequences you need. Your family members, bring it up with them. Do you know that sometimes it's other people that will even tell your kids? You don't understand. Your own family member can have an issue with your husband and just say it out. Some people in anger can just say things that people in anger can just say certain things that, though they don't mean at the same time, but it comes out. I've seen a situation where it's not this, but in the school, one lady was telling the husband, the kid picked it up and went to school and was broadcasting it in school. Kids don't know what they're doing. We're talking about 8, 9-year-olds. How do you hold them accountable? They heard it, they said it. How do you convince your family? I am more worried. That's the area you should be worried. And if you're worried, then talk to someone. I'm happy you brought it up here, but you have to talk to your family. This is what is it. But before we get to this point, I think you need to look inward. What do you want as regard this person? Because the sacrifice is huge. See, the sacrifice is huge. And it's huge, but it's not unsurmountable. It's huge, but once you know, like I said, knowledge is power. Once you know, you can cope with it. I tell young couples when they get married, tell your spouse to be the good, the bad, and the ugly. Say everything. One lady said, if I tell my spouse some of the things I did in university, he will run. I say, if you don't tell him, somebody will tell him in future, and then he will run and leave you with 4 kids. It's better you tell him now. The Bible says, you shall know the truth, and he will set you free. Now you know the truth. How do you feel about this guy? Where have you guys come? Because I think it's a relatively, I want to believe it's a relatively new relationship. Why am I saying that? I'm getting to know my fiancé a little bit more. So it means that you guys are still exploring and getting to know each other. I don't think this man should be in any way, I don't think he should be in any way looked down condescendingly. Some people have it and don't even know. Some people have relatives that are walking on streets, traveling from Port Harcourt to Warri to Kano and back. And we all see those mad people on the street. But their family members never own up and say, that's my brother or my sister there. And they happily get married and die with that, knowledge, with that secret. Or sometimes the secret blows up. But then maybe 15, 16 years down the marriage. So it's good you know. Because somebody has, you ask me, so because somebody has this in his family, does it mean he wouldn't get married again? It's not a health issue. It's not something that, it's not an issue the person has. Yes, it can be in your genes, but it doesn't mean that you need to manifest. It doesn't manifest in everybody. So how deep is this relationship? How deep is this love that you have for this person? How deep? What do you think? You have to start with that soul-searching process, first of all. You have to start from it. You have to start from that soul-searching. Start from it, then move on. Then once you decide what you want, see, it's you that will decide what you want. My job is to bring out all the challenges for you, which is what I'm doing. Know that tomorrow, somebody can say to your kids, say it to your husband, say it to your family, say, but once you know, you'll be better prepared on how to handle it. But I don't see it that much as a problem. But I'm not the one that is getting married. So I might not know how. It will be unfair for me to just generalize and say it's not a problem. So the only thing I can do to help you is to bring out all these points. I think you need a personal retreat. Take a weekend, shut yourself in or go somewhere, go to a hotel somewhere, lock yourself up and just Just be there, just thinking about it, praying and thinking about it, and just let the Lord speak to you. Let the Lord speak to you. It's not what you face now, it's what you will face in future that I'm afraid of. So that's my answer to you, Beatrice. If you miss any of these teachings, go to Uche Onoche channel on YouTube, and you will see the full presentation. It's not the end of the world. Once you know what you're up against, then you see, do I have the capacity for this? When you do soul searching, then you find out, do I have the capacity for this? And when you say you have the capacity for it, then go ahead, my sister. And life is just one chance, as they say. Enjoy yourself. Because somebody that has a pure bloodline can torment you for the rest of your life. So there's no guarantees anywhere. With this guy, Beatrice, you can have a wonderful life together. But with somebody that his slate is clean, can be a wife beater, can be many things that you don't know. So just don't throw away the baby with the bathwater. I think you need to search yourself. Am I ready for this? Do I have capacity for all the ripple effects it's going to have? Then once you can deal with it, then you go ahead. You go ahead and do what you want to do. Okay, so Beatrice, thank you for bringing your questions. I will move on here to the next person. And the next person is Jerry G from Victoria Island, Lagos. Jerry says, good day, sir. Jerry says, good day, sir. I don't even know if I should be asking this, but I see the answers you give others, and it's encouraging. Thank you for that. I work as a PA, and my MD is a womanizer. Maybe it's not my business, but lately it has been disturbing me. It has been disturbing me. I help him book hotels and fancy restaurants. I go shopping for gifts for his concubines' birthdays, etc. And it's just been weighing on my conscience. It's just been weighing on my conscience. It's just been weighing on my conscience. His entire family is in the US. And while I have no intentions of telling anyone anything, I'm wondering, should I quit? Okay. Jerry G from Victoria Island. First of all, I will take it in two parts. Why do we need a job? Let's start from that. Why do we need a job? Why do you need a job? I will say that I need a job because I need to gain experience. I need exposure. I need contacts. I want to be able to have savings to do what I want to do later, or to live the kind of life I want to do. To survive a certain phase in my life. You don't get a job to survive. That's a mistake. You get a job to survive that certain phase. Never get a job because you want to pay bills and you're putting out your eyes on, oh, I need to pay bills, pay this, pay that. You will realize that all you're doing, you're working for money, and you will never be able to make plans on that. A job is to gain experience. You see this experience you are getting there. See, there is nothing that is happening to you. You are not going to use it later on in life. Let me give you an example. There's this man that told me he used to be secretary of Scriptural Union. He's much older than me. And when he was secretary of Scriptural Union, he had he had to be traveling. He was always traveling every week from one state to the other, from one meeting to the other. That was many years ago, Scriptural Union. And he was asking God, God, you said to me that I should do this, take this responsibility. Now I don't even have time for myself. And the Lord said, whatever you gather today, whatever you're going through today is preparing you for the future. So now, what happened? So now he has his own ministry, not the church, but he has his own ministry that is in 36 nations of the world. And that is how he keeps traveling. So you see, that preparation then is for a purpose. There's a reason why God gave you a job to be a PA to a man. I believe that was God is sending you as David to the palace to meet Saul. See, you are not there to change the man. You are there to learn how to be in a palace. It's not his vices. You see, let me tell you, when somebody sends you, just like going to work for a politician or somebody, we're not telling you to go and emulate his character. There is something about that job. I feel that God is sending you in there for you to learn what not to do, how not to be an executive, how not to be a boss. I was advised by one of my regional managers many, many years ago. I came to him one day complaining about my company. That's the company we're working. And my list was, everything was cogent. He said to me, everything here is cogent. But do you know why we're still here? That please, when you start your own business, at least you know how not to do business. You might be complaining now. I have seen people that used to complain about their boss in terms of humanizing, and when they become like their boss in terms of financial, they are worse than him. Even some of them are Christians, they are worse. So watch what you disdain. Focus on the reason why you are there. There's a reason why you are there. I'm not done. This is the first part. But I'm taking the work part. Gain the experience. You are understudying a man, not the other part. On the work, if he's this successful, he must be doing something right, work-wise. Why don't you understudy what he's doing there? I believe that that's what God wanted you to do. Joseph was a good, Joseph was working excellently well with his master until the wife came. But there's a reason why God started with Potiphar. Somebody to learn how to manage somebody's house. Then from there, he managed the prison until he started managing the nation. So apart from this other work, concentrate on the others. You are booking hotel today. There's a reason why. Tomorrow you might be negotiating with hotels. At least you have an idea. When you go to book hotels, make contacts in that hotel. And like I said, work is to gain experience, exposure, contacts, and to have savings. So when you go to go to those gift shops, you don't know whether there's a gift shop in your tomorrow. You don't know what God is putting you there for. Overlook that aspect and do your work. There's a reason why you pass. There is no happenstance in life. Everything is orchestrated by God. There's no happenstance. It's deliberate that you are passing this route. It is deliberate you're passing this route. So whatever you can get from those gifts, there's a ministry for you there. There's an experience for you there. There's whatever you get from the hotel, there's an experience for you there, for you there. I wish I've had opportunity. There was a time I was logistic manager of a company, and it requires taking foreigners, white people, to offshore and back. And that job made me see quite a lot of things. But he opened one day by 2 o'clock, I was called to Presidential Hotel that a captain, a well-respected captain, there was a prostitute that was trying to tear him apart. I had to leave my house at that morning to go and pay her for her to go because the man was a well-respectable person. See, all those experiences have given me, now I do events in that same hotel. When I started my annual event, it started in that hotel because I built relationships there. And all those experiences, it helps me to manage clients and to manage people. It was an experience. It did not change me. I don't know if it has to do with your faith, but it does not have to change you as a person. Nobody promised you anywhere that you have a good boss. Nobody. But face the work. And once you face the work, it becomes easier. That is the first part. What are we taking away from it? What we're taking away from it is that you should concentrate anything that you are doing, whatever is happening to you, there's a learning curve. Understand it. Look that side and not the man's personal life. I belong in associations where, well, you say good day, pastor. That they are not, they don't even like anything religious. But I relate with them because I'm there for a particular reason. I'm there as a business person. So we need to realize when you are out there, what you are out there for. Now, let me answer the later part for you, which is personal values. Every man, what you need to do now, every man, every woman should have personal values. What do you hold dear? What are your boundaries? What are your deal breakers? How does it affect you generally, affect your faith? How does it affect your peace and general well-being? Values, when properly established, they set boundaries and set and establish deal breakers. So if you know where you can't cross this line, I can only come this far and no further. If it's affecting your faith, it's affecting your mind, it's affecting your peace of mind, your well-being. And you know what? Two things can happen. It leads to depression. Then the second one, it leads to underperformance. So make up your mind. This is whatever he's doing, he's not asking you to come and join him with the ladies now. Because some of them can say, okay, come and drink alcohol or come and join me with the ladies. Those ones at that level probably is deal breaker. But your job is to set up a room for him. You don't care what he does. Has to do with, if it has to do with your job, you know exactly what you are in that job for. I've had to work in a place where when people come to me and tell me, oh, okay, this contract is 10 million, put 30 million and we do this. I have my own way of doing PR. And businesses should do PR, should say thank you. But I don't believe in profiteering, and I don't believe in padding projects for people. I have a boundary when it comes to the job, and no matter how lucrative or how juicy the job is, I won't go there. I wouldn't go there. I won't go there because I know I will not be able to deal with it. When you tell me the terms of this or that, I know I can't do it, then I'll have to. You must establish, today, Jerry, have your core values. Where do you draw the line? What is the kind of job you want? I think you need to take time and do that soul searching also. How do you see yourself in the corporate world? How long do you want to remain there? Do you want to go into business? What do you, once you can in your mind have a mental picture of what you want to achieve, once you have that thing in your mind, what you want to achieve, every other thing becomes easy and it will fall into place. Just have it at the back of your mind. I need to work for the next 5 years. If I work 5 years, I have saved so and so. That's why you remember I said the why work. Why do you work? Savings, I put savings there. Savings also to survive through this period, not for survival, but to survive through this period. Because if you are working for survival, all you are doing is that paycheck you are looking for. You will not be able to save. You will not be able to think beyond that current job. What contacts are you making? Your MD is telling you to make some calls. As you're making some calls, make some contacts. Exposure, the places it's taking you, be learning things. If it does not affect your faith, if it's affecting your faith, I don't see any, it's a job, you are doing your job. There is no way God can link you with what the man is doing. It's a job. How about if you're a soldier and you have to kill people, for instance? Are you going to say that because I'm a soldier, I will not be able to go to war because I will kill people? So you need to be able to establish what I need you. I don't want you to be too sensitive without really to be too sensitive to an issue without really thinking about it. Your work is different from you. But I understand if it's disturbing you, get your own personal values. Just like company have core values. No, they have mission, vision, core values, integrity, dependability, blah, blah, blah. Do your own core values. And when you do your own core values, from there, you will see boundaries you can cross. You will see things that are deal breakers. So if this is a deal breaker for you, then I think you should quit. If it's disturbing you so much, I think you should quit. But I don't want you to quit without looking at everything. Is everything here that bad? It's not. To me, that's what I'm looking at. It's not. It's a job that you need to do. But now, if it's affecting your faith, if it's affecting your belief, then you need to consider. But if it's to do your job is PA. Do you know what PA means? A personal assistant. You are there to assist the man to do anything he wants. It's the job you have. It's the job you apply for. Personal assistant is not a corporate assistant. It's not a senior assistant. It's not a senior advisor. But a personal. Personal is what? Anything that is personal. Him and his philandering is personal now. Him and his concubines is personal. But that's the job you took. It's a personal thing to him. You took the job. Look at that word personal. It's to him. So, my brother, is it all bad? Do your job. Buy the gifts. Do whatever you're doing. And as long as it doesn't tell you, come and join us in the room, it doesn't do those things, there are boundaries, then fine. Always set boundaries. Even if you enjoy your job and like but there has to be boundaries. I can't cross this. There must be mutual respect. Try to conduct yourself in a way that there's mutual respect. And who knows, if you carry yourself well, you might change your boss. If he sees you, he might start to, somebody that's had a habit for many years, he can't change. But do you know that you can change somebody by your actions? I think that's what the Bible says. It said to women that you can, by your attitude, change your husband. if you marry an unbelieving husband? You can, by your attitude, change him, and he'll call you, come, why are you like this? Maybe God sent you even to his life for you to show exemplary lifestyle, and he will ask you, young man, why are you doing this? Then you can preach Christ to him if you are a believer. Or if you are not, your conduct, he will admire you. After a while, he will admire you, and you can change him. Maybe that's another reason why you are there. So, Jerry, I don't think you have much of a problem. But if it's disturbing you that much, when you are doing that soul searching, you decide the kind of job you want. If this is not the kind of job you want, then fine. Then you start looking for another. But I don't think it's as bad as you have presented it. So I've given you all this advice. Look at them, then come up with your own blueprint of what you mean. Jerry, I hope I've helped you this evening. I have to stop here now. For those of you that are just coming in here for the first time, I do Marketplace Apostle is the foundation and the organization that is doing this. And at Marketplace Apostle, we have 5 areas that we deal with. And the areas are business, career, leadership, personal finance, and relationships. The question I just dealt with here now is about corporate relationship and marriage. I've dealt with marriage and corporate relationships. So I have questions on business, personal finance. I have questions on leadership and all that. Okay, these same 5 areas, I deal with it on Mondays. Mondays by 5 p.m. I also come live and I teach series. I'm on leadership. We're on leadership now. When leadership is over, we move to another thing. So let's, and that's how we do it throughout the year. So now, if you want to be part of the foundation, or you just, or not just be, you will want to be, then follow us. At least follow us every Monday by 5 p.m. and every Wednesday by 4 p.m. So I look forward to seeing you on Monday 5 p.m. If you have any other questions, please, you can ask, and next week Wednesday I'll come live and answer it for you. So I hope I've been a blessing. I see some people on Instagram, Facebook, and I hope I've been a blessing to you guys. Until next Wednesday, and join me also on Monday by 5 p.m. I wish you guys a lovely night, good night rest. God bless you guys. Take care.